There is a person you know. Maybe it's you. They sit alone at lunch, not because no one invited them, but because the noise of the room exhausts them. They leave parties early, not because they're antisocial, but because 2 hours of surface-level conversation drains something deep inside them. They have their phone full of contacts, but only a handful of people they actually call. And the world looks at this person and says, they must be sad. They must be lonely. Something must be wrong with them. But what if everything the world assumes about this person is completely wrong? What if the research, the actual science, says something nobody expected? What if being alone is not a sign of failure? What if it's a sign of something else entirely? For decades, psychology assumed that social connection was the highest human need. That the more friends you had, the happier and healthier you were. And for most people, that's true. But then researchers started looking at a specific group, the outliers, the ones who consistently chose solitude over socializing, the ones who felt more alive in silence than in crowds. And what they found turned everything upside down. Stay with me, because if you are someone who has always felt different, who has always needed more space, more silence, more depth, this video is going to explain something about yourself that nobody else ever has. In 2016, researchers from the London School of Economics and Singapore Management University published a landmark study that sent shockwaves through the psychology world. They analyzed the happiness and social behavior of over 15,000 people, and they found something extraordinary. For most people, the more social interaction they had, the happier they were. But for highly intelligent people, the exact opposite was true. The smarter the person, the less social interaction they needed to feel satisfied. And the more time they spent with others, the lower their overall life satisfaction became. Dr. Satoshi Kanazawa, one of the lead researchers, called this the Savannah theory of happiness. His explanation was fascinating. Our ancestors evolved in small tribes where constant social connection was essential for survival. For average intelligence, that tribal wiring still dominates. But for highly intelligent people, their minds have evolved beyond that wiring. They are capable of creating meaning, stimulation, and satisfaction entirely from within themselves. They don't need the tribe to feel whole. They are the whole. A separate Princeton study confirmed this. People with higher IQs showed significantly lower cortisol spikes during periods of solitude, meaning their bodies experience alone time as rest, not as stress. For the intelligent mind, silence isn't empty, it's full. Here's something every intelligent person has felt, but never known how to explain. Small talk feels like torture. Not because they're arrogant, not because they think they're better than anyone, but because their brain is wired for depth, and small talk offers none. Research from the University of Arizona found that people who engage in more substantive conversations about ideas, emotions, meaning, report significantly higher levels of well-being than those who engage primarily in surface-level chat. For intelligent people, this isn't a preference, it's a neurological need. Their brains are constantly processing at a deeper level, analyzing, connecting, questioning. When a conversation doesn't match that processing speed, the intelligent person doesn't just feel bored. They feel physically drained, like running a high-performance engine on the wrong fuel. This is why the smart person at the party isn't cold. They aren't unfriendly. They are simply waiting, desperately hoping that someone will say something real, something that goes beneath the surface, something worth the energy it costs to engage. And when they finally find that person, when they find the one who speaks in depth and meaning, they hold on with everything they have, because that connection is rare, and they know it. Not all intelligent people experience solitude the same way. Psychology identifies two distinct patterns. The first, chosen solitude. This person actively selects time alone. They protect their mornings fiercely. They say no to social invitations without guilt. They have designed their life around space and silence, because they have learned that this is where they do their best thinking. This is where they recharge. This is where they become most fully themselves. For this person, solitude is a sanctuary, a deliberate, nourishing choice. The second, imposed solitude. This person is also alone, but not entirely by choice. They long for deep connection. They crave a conversation that goes somewhere real, but they have tried, again and again, to connect with people who simply operate at a different frequency. And the mismatch has left them feeling invisible. Not because they are difficult, not because they are broken, but because depth is rare. And finding someone who matches yours takes longer than the world tells you it should. If you recognize yourself in the second type, I want you to hear this clearly. Your solitude is not rejection. It is a waiting room. And the right people, the ones who speak your language, are out there. They are also waiting. Here is where it gets complicated, because solitude, for the intelligent mind, is both a gift and a risk. On one side, solitude produces extraordinary things. Sir Isaac Newton developed the theory of gravity during a forced isolation period, the Great Plague of 1665 to 66. He later called it his Year of Wonders. Charles Darwin spent years in deliberate solitude, thinking, observing, writing, producing one of the most revolutionary ideas in human history. Nikola Tesla famously said that the mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. For the intelligent mind, solitude is a laboratory, a place where ideas are born that could never survive the noise of constant company. But there is a shadow side. Research from the University of Chicago found that chronic social isolation, even when self-chosen, can trigger the brain's threat detection system over time. The brain begins to perceive aloneness as danger, and slowly, almost invisibly, isolation can deepen into loneliness. And loneliness, true loneliness, is one of the most damaging conditions a human brain can experience. The intelligent person must therefore walk a careful line between the solitude that feeds them and the isolation that slowly starves them. The difference between the two? Choice and awareness. Solitude chosen with intention heals. Isolation fallen into unconsciously wounds. So how do you make sure your solitude serves you rather than slowly damages you? Here are 5 research-backed strategies for the intelligent person who spends a lot of time alone. Strategy 1. Protect your solitude deliberately. Don't let solitude happen to you by default. Choose it consciously. Schedule it. Name it. Own it. This is my thinking time, my creating time, my recharging time. When solitude is intentional, it nourishes. When it's accidental, it can slowly hollow you out. Strategy 2. Find your 1%. You don't need many people. You need the right ones. Research consistently shows that intelligent people thrive with 1 to 3 deep relationships, not 20 surface-level ones. Stop trying to fit into groups that don't fit you. Start investing your energy in finding the rare few who match your depth. They exist. Keep looking. Strategy 3. Create something with your solitude. The intelligent mind left entirely alone with nothing to do will eventually turn on itself. Anxiety, overthinking, depression. But the intelligent mind given a project, a creative outlet, a problem to solve, it catches fire. Use your alone time to build something. Write, draw, code, compose, research. Give your mind a worthy mission and watch what it creates in the silence. Strategy 4. Physical anchor. One of the greatest risks for intelligent, solitary people is living entirely inside their heads. Ground yourself in your body every single day. Walk, run, lift, stretch. Not just for health, but as a bridge between your inner world and the physical one. The body keeps the mind from disappearing into itself. Strategy 5. Embrace the paradox. You are someone who needs solitude to thrive, and you are someone who needs connection to survive. These two things are not contradictions. They are the full truth of who you are. The goal is not to choose one over the other. The goal is to honor both, deeply and without apology.
The person who sits alone at lunch, the one who leaves the party early, the one who has 3 friends instead of 30. They are not broken. They are not behind. They are not missing something. They are someone whose inner world is so rich, so vast, so full of ideas and questions and depth, that the outer world sometimes struggles to keep up. History's greatest thinkers were not the life of the party. They were the ones in the corner, watching, thinking, creating, building things the world wasn't ready for yet. If that is you, you are not alone in your aloneness. Millions of minds like yours are out there right now, sitting by windows, reading books, thinking thoughts. No one else around them is thinking, and every single one of them is waiting for someone to finally say, "You are not strange, you are not broken, you are exactly who you were always meant to be." Subscribe to Echo Within Us, because every single week we go deeper into the psychology of being human. I'll see you in the next one.